So this week has featured an unloading on Red Dead Redemption 2 information as we got our second gameplay video and even more previews from publications like IGN, Game Informer, GameSpot, and others, who are lucky enough to play the game from the very beginning for about 4 to 6 hours. Now with that said, we've hit the point where spoilers are already being spread around. Nothing massive like the game's ending, but details on how the story opens up and some specific details on certain events that occur. I've already stated before I'll be steering clear of spoilers, and even if I discussed any, I'd make sure to point it out, but today we still have a ton of new information to discuss, including further confirmed gameplay features, big news coming from both Xbox and PlayStation, and a whole lot more. But before we get to all of that, if you have not heard, I'm doing a giveaway for Red Dead Redemption 2. All you have to do is check the link in the description to enter and just be an active subscriber. Winners will actually be announced in the coming days, but also make sure to get geared up for this upcoming Western by getting the popular Red Moon or Wanted shirt designs. If you're interested in getting these Red Dead themed t-shirts or any of the other designs, there will be a link in the description as well. So nonetheless, there's been a big update on the whole map of Red Dead Redemption returning. As we discussed in my last video, gaming website Inside Gamer confirmed that they were told by a member of Rockstar's PR team that the entire world map of Red Dead Redemption was returning, which meant Nuevo Paraíso, which is Mexico, and New Austin were confirmed. Now, some of you may be curious, what could the update be on this? Well, it appears Inside Gamer was not supposed to reveal that detail, and they were forced to update their article with a new Rockstar-approved answer, which was, now we could answer that question, but in good consultation with Rockstar, we ultimately do not want to give away too many spoilers, but let's keep it that the map is big, very large, much larger than the first Red Dead Redemption. So the important thing to note is that they didn't deny their original statement because it's true. Nuevo Paraíso and New Austin are back, but they were not supposed to reveal that. Other websites like everyeye.it confirmed that they are not allowed to talk about specific locations on the world map, but did note, in addition to the snow-capped mountains, in addition to the barren and rocky canyons, in addition to the green valleys of Horseshoe Overlook, to the east are the marshy marshes of the bayou, while in the south there are arid expanses overflowing with cactuses and brushwood, where for the moment it is better to stop as not to risk spoiling some nice surprises, which when they're talking about the southern part of the map, it clearly sounds like a reference to New Austin and Nuevo Paraíso. Furthermore, Games Radar noted in their gameplay breakdown for Red Dead Redemption 2's latest video that when they played the game, they were told by a member of Rockstar's PR team that everything you can see, you can go to. Interestingly also, one of the new images that we discussed the other day may have confirmed that Mexico is in fact back, but also with some new locations for us to explore. GTA forum member Dupser mapped out the location, which actually shows that Nuevo Paraíso probably has been extended further east, with a new region for us to explore. Pretty much it appears that Rockstar Games has made it possible for us to explore Mexico by taking a boat from one of the new locations in Red Dead Redemption 2. So you don't have to ride all across the map to get there, but could take a boat from Scarlet Meadows or even Saint-Denis. Anyway, to put this all into perspective, it appears that there is a lot of unknown locations that will appear in Red Dead Redemption 2. Some people think that there will be more land to explore above New Austin and below Nuevo Paraíso. Either way, what we do know for sure is that this will be Rockstar Games' biggest world ever created, but featuring an incredible amount of depth, which was the goal. Now, continuing on, we have a decent chunk of news. Xbox France has confirmed that Red Dead Redemption 2 will run native 4K resolution along with support for HDR on the Xbox One X. Digital Foundry recently discovered that the PlayStation 4 Pro resolution for Red Dead Redemption 2 is not 4K, rather it's a 12.5% increase over 1440p, which is said to be a more regular number seen with PS4 Pro supported games. But either way, whether you're playing this on the Xbox or PlayStation, this game will look beautiful no matter what. Other than the PlayStation 4 Pro resolution news, there is more coming from PlayStation, who confirmed in a recent advertisement that PS4 players will receive select online content from 4 updates exclusively for 30 days for Red Dead Online. The original exclusive deal information we had made it appear that this would be a lifetime thing for Red Dead Online, not something for just a few updates, but now it appears that Xbox gamers may not be missing out or having to wait too long for certain content that will first appear on the PlayStation PlayStation 4. In all honesty, this is probably for the best. Exclusive deals for content always attracts negative attention, but I'm mostly surprised that these details are being revealed now. I have to believe maybe a few online missions or events will appear first on PlayStation and then 30 days later on Xbox, but this does not appear to be any substantial content as originally suspected based on the wording of this new advertisement. In other news, Rockstar Games has given the Social Club a huge update. Obviously they are gearing up and getting it ready for RDR2. One notable change is that the Snapmatic section has now been changed to just photos. But the last piece of news, which I guess you could call news, is that it has been confirmed by someone who played Red Dead Redemption 2 that Rob Wiedoff is portraying John Marston once again. This is not really anything new, as previously other websites like I believe Kotaku have said that Rob Wiedoff was back, but I still get asked about this all the time, and yes, Rob Wiedoff is coming out of retirement and portraying John Marston. Now, the last time we spoke, there were longer gameplay previews coming from IGN, Game Informer, and GameSpot. Since, even more have come from websites that include Red Bull, yeah, they talk about games I guess, Game Reactor, Every Eye, and more. As I've stated before, I'm staying spoiler free, and I'm only going to discuss some of the new gameplay features and details given. Now, I first want to begin with a rundown of some of the new gameplay features and details that we have now. So apparently there are 50 plus weapons in the game, and some more expensive than others. The semi-automatic pistol was spotted on Arthur Morgan in one of the new images. During one of the Deadeye scenes in the latest gameplay video, if you look closely on some of the horses, there are markings indicating their owners, which I wonder if we can actually do that for our own horse. Very interesting. In the game, there is the possibility to learn new skills and gain knowledge in a so-called compendium. There, things such as knowledge about animals, plants, gangs, weapons, and tools are extensively written out and are also easy to view. Your saddlebag on your horse will hold your inventory. If your horse dies, you'll have to take your saddlebag and find a horse. But you can also go to the nearest horse dealer and have your saddlebag picked up for an amount of money, so that you have at least your collected items back. When engaged in a gunfight, you can tell your horse to flee in order to save its life, this probably being linked to horse bonding and being a feature that you unlock with your horse. Your horse can swim, but it's bound to the same in-game rules as Arthur Morgan. That is, it has limited stamina, and once it runs out of stamina, it will lose health until it drowns. So crossing a river with your horse comes with extreme risk, and the same goes for Arthur Morgan. Aside from gun customization, you can craft special kinds of weapons and ammunition. For example, you can craft Molotovs and split point bullets, which will make things easier when caught up in firefights. Animal behaviors will change during a specific season. IGN noted that during midwinter they encountered a bear that was extremely hungry and more hostile than usual. Next, I want to include a nice long post from IGN which goes over the physics, and they first refer to Euphoria, which was used in games like Red Dead Redemption. The physics have been something many have been curious and worried about, because in Grand Theft Auto 5, for many, it felt downgraded compared to past Rockstar efforts. Red Dead Redemption was loved for many reasons, but particularly the physics and how NPCs reacted to getting shot was extremely realistic and unique. There was also a lot of hilarious moments because of these physics, but as we already know, Red Dead Redemption 2 will again feature those wacky but realistic physics, something that was clear based off of the gameplay trailers. But now, thankfully, IGN actually provided a detailed account of how improved the physics are this time around, stating, Euphoria commercially debuted in Grand Theft Auto 4, and it's been refined through Max Payne 3 and Grand Theft Auto 5, but here in Red Dead Redemption 2, it's simply next level. I can already see the potential for guys getting shot off of their horse montage videos appearing across the internet after launch. We've seen Red Dead 2's trailers where bad dudes on horseback are shot, the horse bucks, and the guy's limp body flops before being flung off the steed. That's real gameplay, and it happens differently every single time based on the physics involved. It is both gross and spectacular. To wit, as I made my way to the train through the cars, shooting those in my way, they reacted exactly as I imagined they would to a real bullet. One foe got winged in the shoulder, recoiled back in that side of his body, and then continued to attack after the non-fatal blow. I put another guy down with a bullet right through his eye socket, and he limped to the ground instantly, the gruesome exit wound visible on his face. We've discussed other NPC interactions before which outlined how great the physics were, but it's nice to see that someone who played multiple hours of this game confirmed that the physics feel even more improved compared to all of Rockstar's past games. But next, Red Bull actually outlined some extremely interesting spoiler-free details and interactions that they had. First, the previewer says, "I swam to a canoe, threw its occupant out, and began my paddle. I'm still not exactly sure what happened, but my canoe sank about halfway across the lake. It actually reminded me of what happens when you take a boat too far out in the water of Grand Theft Auto 5, minus the sharks. The water itself was pretty busy, there was a lot of paddle streamers and other large watercraft making their way through the center channel, so my guess is either the guy I stole the boat from shot at me and I missed it, or canoes are not sturdy enough to cross heavily trafficked waters." Now, from this quote, it at least tells me that there are various types of boats that we can control, with some bigger boats probably being better in different types of conditions. Either way, it seems that each boat probably holds its own advantages and disadvantages. Continuing on, we get some details on just how dangerous alligators are, and why exploring the bayou may come with a lot of risk. It said alligators are extremely quick, they will absolutely chop you up if you fall in the water, and their eggs sell for $2.50 a pop, which is a fortune. Baby gators languish near their parents, and they're easier to kill, but skinning and butchering a gator is tough thanks to their proximity to other actual dinosaurs. In the first trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2 back in 2016, there was baby bison spotted, and since then we haven't seen or heard about baby animals. This, I believe, confirms that this is indeed in the game. Another animal interaction was detailed, which this time shows just how dangerous and difficult to take out bears are. Red Bull finding a bear and lining up a shot with their bow and arrow, and then as they state, "I loosed the arrow and Arthur proved to be one heck of a shot. It thunked into the bear's head, accomplishing exactly one thing. It upset the bear a lot. The bear charged down the hill at me, an arrow sticking from its face, and my horse bolted away before I could join it. Eventually the bear would maul Arthur Morgan to death, so yeah, predators are something most certainly we will have to worry about, but also having a strong horse relationship is key in moments like this." But the last thing I want to note from Red Bull's preview is another interesting feature, which is the cinematic camera, and it's said to be one of Red Bull's favorite features in Red Dead Redemption 2. They described the feature as expanding on the slick camera system from Grand Theft Auto 5. Activating it allows you to autopilot your way through the game world. When you're going on long rides, you can activate it and simply hold X to have Arthur ride to the mission's destination on his own, either matching the pace of his companions or at a canter when alone. It's one of the many ways Rockstar is trying to blur the lines between gameplay and cutscene. As far as I recall, in Red Dead Redemption there was something like this, which also allowed us in certain missions to just skip ahead. I do wonder if this is a means of fast travel now, but either way, very interesting. Now the last part of this video, I briefly want to mention some interesting details coming from everyeye.it's preview, which first they provide a nice long description of what the city of Saint-Denis is like, saying, "Saint-Denis, a true metropolis loosely based on the atmospheres of New Orleans. The city is huge, a horrendous vortex of streets and alleyways, gardens, and factories. In the central areas, while embellished dames overlook the balconies of the French Quarter, one can even run into one of the trams connecting the various districts. The port area, on the other hand, is dirty and infamous and overlooks the murky and limpid waters of the river, which can be crossed by a rowing boat or a motorboat which can be gained from the rightful owner. There are poor areas where black workers hide, not yet escaped from the painful memories of slavery, and the Creole immigrants, in areas that bloom again as darkness falls, filling up with dancers, music, and shows. There are huge pharmacies, emporiums full of goods, clothes shops in which to buy a colorful waistcoat and a pair of squad boots. Saint-Denis alone allows you to wander around for hours talking to street vendors and ladies in distress, or lingering to watch a theater show. It truly seems that the city of Saint-Denis is going to be one of the highlight locations, full of mystery and unique moments that we won't find anywhere else. I've read multiple descriptions now of this location, and each previewer seems to be amazed at the sheer size of the city and the amount of locations that we can enter into. But finally, to our very last detail, Everyeye discussed replay value and states, just like it happened in Grand Theft Auto 5, all the missions of history can be replayed individually after having selected them from the progression menu. Each task also has special objectives unveiled after the first completion that allow you to earn gold and silver medals. Sifting through the other menu items you find to exhaust the game completely, you must also find all the entries of the Compendium, which includes flora and fauna of the boundless game map, overcome challenges as a shooter, hunter, and explorer, kill a good number of legendary prey, work hard as a bounty hunter, and recover secret treasures, which for those wanting platinum trophies or to 100% this game, truly seems that Rockstar Games has included tons of content in Red Dead Redemption 2, something that may take hundreds of hours to fully finish, and even then, with all the dynamic moments, we truly don't know if we've seen everything that the game has has to offer. Anyway gang, we have just about 3 weeks left until release, the wait is almost over, but I want to end this video asking you, how do you plan on playing Red Dead Redemption 2? Are you going to be playing honorably or dishonorably? Personally myself, I'm thinking of playing like Clint Eastwood's character William Money from the movie Unforgiven. But which way are you playing? Let me know down in the comment section below, but thank you for watching. A massive thank you to some of the first channel members, Kenneth Smith, Kev, Jacob Rose, and Luke Roberts for directly supporting the channel. You can do so by clicking that join button, but also make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and consider subscribing for much more Red Dead Redemption 2 content to come, as I'm one of your best sources on this upcoming game. And remember, Outlaws for life.